couldn't sleep. Hi, sorry. We're gonna do another one. Fake Empire by the National was playing. Something about apple pie and snow falling like feathers. Somebody riding in the snow, either with a stick or with something else. So I'm just gonna get my chair situated. Anyway, I know it's not a very flattering bathroom, but it's cozy and it's snowing outside. Snow falling like feathers. Apple pie. Turning out the light before we say goodnight. That dog. Every time I wake up to do a reading, that dog is barking. It's almost like there's somebody in the hall, but there isn't. Anyway, let's get started. Let's figure out who this one is for. Leo, we already did. Taurus. Oh man, I haven't done Taurus reading in a long time. Taurus, it's for you. Okay. We're doing a Celtic cross reading. I'm gonna use Botticelli. It's your turn. We're gonna clarify with Sun, Moon, Tarot. These readings shouldn't be too long. Maybe I can do more than one tonight. You're not stable right now. Cards don't want to stay in my hand. There's a lack of stability right now. The candles are burning steady, which is good. I had another set. I was burning the same ones. Bird's Nest Atelier candles. They're actually quite lovely smelling. And they weren't burning right before Sven was here. I'm clairsentient, sorry. And claircognizant. And on my right, I hear messages from people who've passed on that I know. And on my left, I hear messages from spirit guides when I hear ringing in my ears. Right now, I'm getting it over here. But earlier, one of the people that I used to know that passed on, Sven, was here during the Leo read. And one of my candles actually ended up going out after crackling and burning weird. So I had one that was black and one that was white. It was weird. But they're burning nice and steady right now. Your need for stability is high. You are a fixed sign and you should have stability. But you don't right now. Interesting enough, I actually feel like speaking quietly, even though my partner, Jason, actually insists that this place is a lot more soundproof than I believe, because it's concrete walls, concrete ceilings, concrete floors. Stability like concrete. But anyway, let's get started for you here. One more. A call to attention. There's a call to attention right now. Something that needs your attention that you're ignoring. Precisely because that dog is barking. Twist for fairness. I'm sorry, I just couldn't sleep, so I figured I might as well be productive. It's a 3-12-15 breaking down to a 6 family. Family's important. Forgive my nails, I'm taking a gel break. Healing up. In the present for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you can check out if this does not resonate. Of course, your Rising, Moon, and Venus sign. Find those out at a place like Cafe Astrology by pulling in your natal chart. Yeah. Now let's go. Let's figure it out for you. Taurus. Why is everybody getting 2 on the current? We have Temperance in the reverse with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. I'll just get them for you here. There's impatience, a lack of savings or saving too much, hoarding. And you might have lost your temper. over somebody not saving something. Or you, there's impatience here. Sagittarian energy. Losing your patience when trying, or you're not not holding it together so well. I feel that it's not miserly. It could be miserly energy, but the saving up or the clutching the pentacles close to you isn't happening. This isn't just about money. This is about stability. There's a lack of tempering emotion at this present time. You might find that your emotions are all over the place, but that you're also impatient about something that you had been holding close to yourself. Four of Pentacles is normally holding your pentacles close to yourself, saving up for a rainy day, or clutching your pentacles close to you. Pentacles are not just money, they're stability also. Also your feelings. But here, there's a welling up of emotion because you are not pouring evenly in between two things. You're in the reverse here. Getting warm. I feel compelled to shuffle, but I won't. What is the obstacle at the present time? Taurus, Sunday and rising in Venus. Knight of Cups. The obstacle is that you do need emotional, poetic, noble action moving forward. Somebody outpouring emotion towards you, a poetic, romantic action of some sort. There's action being taken towards you of poetic, romantic, noble nature. It's throwing you off. It's causing great impatience within you. We will clarify. What is apparent at this time? Could be that you want to do this, and that's what's causing some of the impatience. Or the inability to hold it together and remain stable in your emotions. I'm so glad that I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and looked like crap for the first time I've done a Taurus reading in like 3 months. But, you know, is what it is. Let's see here. What's apparent for you at this time? What's crowning you? What's at the top of mind for you? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's like I can't even shuffle the cards right now. It's weird. You can't keep it together. Something's knocked you off kilter. Judgment in reverse. Decisions. You have something that you need to make a decision on. You're being driven to make a decision. You might also feel critical of yourself at this time, or that you're being criticized for something, but I feel that you're judging yourself. I'm highly suspect that that's what's happening. That you're judging yourself and how you're handling situations. But you see that other people are judging you. You have a decision at top of mind. You have a big decision that you're making. You don't know which path to take. And that's what's crowning you right now. Okay. What is hidden from your awareness at this time? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That's also Sagittarius card, by the way. Sagittarius, Aries, Scorpio. Five of Wands. Conflict. There's conflict at play. This card doesn't necessarily depict it as well. But I feel like the conflict is yours. inner turmoil. Normally it would be conflict outside of you. It'd be conflict amongst other people. But here I see it's inner conflict. See the person staring at all the things on the table, scattered about, not really quite sure how to survey all of those things and where to start. Also, it's hidden from your awareness. Somebody doesn't know where to start. Overburdened with decisions, choices. I don't know where to start. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know where to start. Somebody standing at a table or standing at a counter. Do you see how this person's doing that? They're standing at a counter. They may not even be looking at all the things on the counter or the table. They're kind of just standing there, staring off into space, almost. Staring off into space, just staring, not really knowing what to do. There's inner conflict. In the recent past, it's like decision making is off. Two of Cups in the reverse, a union that did not happen. The meeting of two people that didn't happen in the recent past. You're expecting it to happen and it did not. You were hoping to meet up with somebody and you didn't. Meeting of minds. Could also be friendship, two people meeting together in camaraderie. They're very close. This one person confides in the other person. They have the wings of an angel. Oh. They confess to each other things that didn't happen. You were expecting it would, and it didn't happen. Seemed like a letdown. In the near future, I always read this as 2 weeks out, the near future. But, you know, you dictate the future. Choice and love. Gemini energy. Normally, the lovers is where you have choices that you're confronted with. In love, this is where you've made a decision. Moving forward in a romantic sense. Or somebody else has about you. It has to do with this union that did not happen in the past. But in the next 2 weeks, embrace, embrace, embrace. You're embracing a situation for what it is. Moving forward, making a large decision, or somebody else's. You need to trust that your guides are with you. And that they will help you make the right decisions. In the current, an extension of your current. You two, 7 of Swords, and the Moon. Treachery, deceit. Somebody, there's confusion with the Moon, but also this is the dream space. The swords are hidden in the grass. Normally, the 7 of Swords is somebody stowing away from camp in the night with swords on their back while the soldiers are sleeping. Here, I think that you're having dreams about this. This could be paranoia that this is happening. So there's treachery and deceit and debauchery at play. But there's a melee of confusion. You've been called to look at your dreams, or your dreams are actually causing this energy for you. In the arms of sleep, I'm hearing. This always reminds me of melancholy and the infinite sadness. In the arms of sleep. There's something about when the new moon hits, Cancer energy. During the night. What is happening during the night? Hidden communication. Hidden communication. The swords are hidden in the grass. Like there's something going on in the front, but in the background, the communication is happening. During the night. Somebody looks during the night, looks in during the night. But the communication is hidden. Or the truth is hidden. Going about the business during the day, but the truth is really hidden in the grass. The dream space. Yeah, let's not focus too much on one thing, because we can't clarify. Don't want to drag my heels. I've been making good time on my other reads. What surrounds you? What's in your environment? Who is in your environment, Taurus? What surrounds you this time? Taurus. The Hermit. Somebody with Virgo in their chart. Somebody who is illuminating a truth for themselves at this time. Knowledge, the book of knowledge, illumination. See the book of knowledge there. Somebody's taking the page out of the book and they're taking it and clutching it for themselves as if to plant it in the ground. Normally the hermit is somebody who goes into a cave by themselves in order to take part in deep introspection to find their own inner truth. Here this is somebody who has Virgo in their chart. Or a Virgo themselves, but they've turned inward, or they cause you to turn inward to seek a spiritual truth of sorts, something that is a very basic inner truth when everything else has been stripped away. I'm hearing over here, when everything else has been stripped away. Hopes and fears for you, Taurus. Hopes and fears for you. Sorry, I know I'm low energy. It's like 3:27 at night. That dog keeps going off. Taurus. That dog keeps going off. If somebody say that to you, that dog keeps going off. Hopes and fears at this time. Ten of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Swords in the upright. Hopes and fears. Beginning of a relationship resulting in pain, heartache, desolation. You're hoping for the beginning of a romantic, like a fresh start in a romantic sense, or the beginning of a relationship. But you're afraid that it'll only result in pain and anguish and frustration. Is that the 10? It is the 10. That's very basic, very straightforward. 6 to 9 months out, in your outcome, and remember, you dictate your outcome, really. What do we say for you? What do we say? Taurus. Yeah, flipper. 5 cups. Woe is me energy here. Crying over spilled milk. Focusing on the wrong things of an emotional nature, the things that you've lost rather than what you do have that's still intact. Usually that's 3 cups that have spilled over and ignoring the 2 that are still intact. What else? This is the last time at the National. When I lift you up, you feel like 100 times yourself. I said I wouldn't cry about it. Crying over spilled milk. You think you've lost something that you haven't? Or you've lost something but you gained something else, but you're not recognizing what you gained. You're not focusing on the right things of an emotional nature. 6 months out. Another. The 3 of Pentacles. In the reverse, a contract that's not started or a partnership that didn't start. That's probably why you're not focusing on the 2 that don't have the contents spilled. And that 5 of Cups is because you're really hoping for a contract to begin or something with stability attached to it. Partnership that isn't going to begin. Working with somebody that isn't going to begin. Starting out on a path of sorts. One more. Oh, we got 3 more. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, 8 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So, Piscean energy, gaining perspective on that. So you're gaining perspective. Apprenticing energy, working hard, and Capricorn energy, the Queen of Wands. Gaining perspective and staying still in one place. Interesting. Staying in one place and gaining perspective. Working hard towards something. Apprenticing energy. Building towards luxury and finding comfort in the home space. That feminine Capricorn energy. I always see Queen of Pentacles as Capricorn energy. I don't see it as anything else. It's kind of my own card. But you're working towards it. Or you're building up towards it in the working sense. This has been kind of a hodgepodge tonight, hey? It really has. Let's clarify overall energy then. Strength of will, I'm hearing. Strength of will. You're taming the inner beast. You were flogging yourself for your emotions. Flogging yourself for not having the courage to move forward with something. Lack of, I wanted to say lack of perspective, but this actually is lack of pride, or you have too much pride, and loss of temper, or trying to hold your temper. Taming the inner beast. You flog yourself. You flog yourself for having big emotions at times. Yeah. Okay, let's clarify. Sun, Moon, Tarot I do read in the reverse. I figured I'd mix it up because if I use the Deviant Moon Tarot, I'm not going to end up reading reversals when I clarify. I don't think some people like that so much. Somebody's foot. Somebody's going to step wrong on their foot. It's going to start out by feeling itchy, but then it's going to hurt. Be Somebody give me bad ideas. Somebody gives you bad ideas, that's why you flog yourself. Hot under the collar. You hot under the collar. I'm feeling that. One more. I want to shuffle it. Very nice on these ones too. Do that so that people don't say, well, it's bound to be reversals if it's like this or that. Okay, let's talk about it. What are you losing your temper about? Why are you so impatient? What are you impatient about? Hierophant in reverse, a commitment that's not happening. You don't feel yourself. You're not stable. You don't feel stable. It's also about what was a weird BP sound? You also might not feel, you might feel that your beliefs are in question, or your philosophies are coming under question, under fire. Something you're not used to. But you're feeling that your belief systems are being, like the need to reevaluate your beliefs. What else? Hangman, the need to gain perspective, yeah. To reevaluate your beliefs. But you feel the pressure to do so. You're expressing it. The obstacle, though, is that there's that noble, poetic, romantic action, the call to it. You're not giving yourself permission to do so, though. So it's causing all kinds of unrest, loss of temper, feeling the need to hold those things close to you, but not doing so. Because you don't want to communicate, you don't want to take action. You're not giving yourself permission. You'd like to call something to a close. You feel that it's finished, or that you'd like to call it to a finish. Endings. Fixed energy of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. But you're seeing the outpouring of emotion that needs to happen. The feminine expression of it in somebody. Cancer, Scorpio. Your decision up here that you're making, or the criticism is being brought about because you're not feeling necessarily that you're hitting some long cherished emotional goals of some sort. You got a lot of water here. You're trying to evaluate your long cherished wishes and goals, hopes and aspirations, and you don't necessarily feel that you're reaching them, achieving them. Trying to ask yourself why, how can I do so? My foot is super itchy. I don't know why. I live in an apartment, so I shouldn't. Scorpio energy, Scorpio Pisces energy with the devil in the reverse. Could be hiding your emotions and turning towards temptation and excess at this time. Hiding your emotions about a Capricorn individual. Or you could see where there is a Cancer, Scorpio individual, masculine, or somebody with Capricorn in their chart, or one of those other signs. Temptation, fear, obsession. You can see where you're obsessed or feared going towards your goals, hiding your emotions about it, but you do have big emotion about it. The tempering of emotions, you see the difference in between these two cards, the colors on them. Your choices are fogged out, And you're criticizing yourself for where you hid your emotions. You hid them well. But where your fears came into play in your decision making, and how that took you to a space of not achieving your goals. You're trying to decide differently. But you're not quite sure how to respect earthbound pleasures or your baser human instincts. You don't give yourself permission to evaluate your baser human instincts. You don't know how to address that in a healthy way. You don't think baser human instincts are healthy to begin with. I've got over here on this side. You don't think that they're healthy. So you don't pay them any heed. And because when you do, you move automatically into excess. So it's automatically bad. There is no good. I mean, this is your evaluation of your beliefs. Comes into play when you talk about that. Because it's like, well, I've gotta fix that. I gotta figure it out. Okay, well, these two landed face down on, you know, the inner conflict that you're experiencing that you don't necessarily see, so I'm gonna grab them. Your inner conflict. You're exhausted. There's exhaustion. I'm gonna say, don't pay attention to the buzzwords, they mean nothing to me. You're exhausted yet on the verge of victory. But don't know where to start. Inner conflict and turmoil. And you really need to come into union with somebody of an emotional sense. You were really hoping you would, because that would have provided you with respite and perspective. Got it over here. Respite and perspective that you needed at the time. Carrying burdens yet on the verge of victory. You didn't know it. You didn't know where to begin. Didn't know how to address it. Wanted the union that you couldn't have. Tell me more about this union that you couldn't have, because it's interconnected with what didn't happen in the recent past. We might as well just move over there. Got 2 cups in the reverse. Here too. Strength in reverse. You didn't have the courage. You didn't have the courage to show up for that union. Yeah, because the union didn't happen. The union didn't happen because you didn't have the courage. You let your pride get in the way. Ego. You didn't tame the inner beast. And one of the things about the inner beast was you were too proud. Either the other person lacked the courage, was too proud. 6 of Wands. You didn't think that you had what it took to win out, to compete with somebody else. On a strength card in the reverse with this, in the reverse, you didn't think you could win out. You didn't think you could be victorious, so you didn't bother. There's like a lack of self-esteem. It meant that you already lost before you'd even started in a union with someone or attempting to have a union with someone. You didn't think you were even going to, you didn't think you'd be successful. You lost before you even attempted anything. You might not have even asked. With the 2 of Cups in the reverse. The union that was between the two didn't ever happen because you were either had too much pride and lost out, or you lacked the courage and lost out. Or somebody else did. They lost before they even tried because they lacked the courage. Or they were too proud. So there was no victory, of course. 6 of Wands is victorious homecoming. It's now or never. She's coming home forever. The guy coming home on the horse after beating everybody in the war. Sorry, my foot is super itchy. Don't know why. It's weird. Anyway. All right. 7 swords with the moon. Okay. By a twist of fate. It's like you don't seem to understand there's a twist of fate here. There was destiny here with the moon and the 7 of swords. There's something at play that you're not seeing, that somebody's passing off as something else. They're acting all cool on the surface. Acting cool on the surface, do you see? Pouring the water in the thing like everything's all good, but they've got the swords hidden in the grass. Acting all cool on the surface. While at night, you got stars, moon, sun, the laurel, melancholy and the infinite sadness. The dreamscape, dreamy, ethereal, energy, and all things hidden of an emotional, watery nature. They're deceiving you, you're deceiving them. There's deceptive energy all over it. But it's fate and destiny. The turn of fate. You're lying to yourself. Somebody else is lying to themselves. 3 cups in your hand, but the one from the divine is being ignored. Self-deception. Okay. Tried to shuffle, but it's cool. I got one. In the environment, this hermit person, Virgo, yeah, double Virgo. They're not taking any action towards you right now. As far as communicating, they don't want to. They're not communicating. Earth energy. They decide to halt communication. They're not communicating with you like they normally would. Because they're seeking that inner truth. They're trying to figure out their truth. They've gone within. Anything else on this person that surrounds you? For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. They're attempting to gain balance. Attempting to balance their perspective. Libra energy. Something to do with Virgo Libra cusp season. They could also be a Virgo Libra cusper. So September 22nd onwards through to October 18th. Somebody who's attempting to gain perspective and balance. We're trying to balance give and take. Oh, they weren't communicating with you because they didn't feel there was a balance of give and take. One person was investing more than the other. Because the 6 of Pentacles is sometimes charity. Giving, receiving. They might have thought that they were a charity case. That's why they're not communicating. That's why that Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. Or vice versa. Somebody was communicating more than the other person. They're trying to balance it out and trying to go within and figure out why it was that way in the first place. Or they just stopped so they can reevaluate within themselves. Hopes and fears. Why are you afraid that something's just going to start to end in pain? You're hoping something's going to start of an emotional nature, a relationship, or the refresh of a relationship of an emotional nature, but then you're scared that it's just going to crash and burn. You lack inspiration. You lack the belief. You lack that matchstick of the divine. You don't believe there's a spark. That's why. Yeah, because you're still locked onto, it's like in your outcome. You're still locked onto disappointments of the past. That's why. You're still looking at cups that have spilled over and not recognizing the possibility of the two that are still upright. Do you see? Crying over cups that are in the water, looking out over the water at those that are floating away, and you don't care about the two that are sitting there. Past disappointments. Okay, tell us about the future here. Tell us about these 5 cups that you're still looking at in the future, because you clearly haven't learned your lesson. You're afraid to move forward in anything that you're hoping for. You're wishing, hoping, and praying for all this stuff, and you've convinced yourself that it can't happen. Convince yourself over here too. You're also criticizing yourself up here for it. You don't give yourself permission. And, let's see. And the outcome, locked on to disappointments of the past. Tell us more. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just, again, the flogging oneself, right? Aries energy. Feminine Aries Leo energy. Ooh. Is that the person that you lost? They're fiery, passionate. You're looking for it, and you're looking for balance. You're looking for balance, fairness, and justice that you lost at some point. Libra energy in the reverse, feminine Libra energy. You got double Libra energy there. Looking back towards Libra season. Or you could be looking forward to Libra season. There's that. Yeah, you were hoping for partnership with somebody during Libra season, or you were looking for a partnership with Libra. But you want it to be fair. You want it to be equal. You might be looking for your equal. You're equal in communication. You're equal in financial sense. You're equal in an intellectual sense. More so in the communication, in intellect, and mental headspace, the mindset. You're looking for somebody with the same mindset that sparks inspiration in you. Let's talk about what you're gaining perspective on here. What you're waiting for gaining perspective on. Does more. That's too many. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Do you know what? I keep missing it. I missed it again in this reading, too. This is the 3rd effing reading I've missed clarifying. Your lovers. These landed on the lovers. So we're going to take them for the lovers. Because I noticed it as soon as they dropped on it. I missed your 2 weeks out. This is the 3rd person that I've missed 2 weeks out for. That's kind of a little mental note for me that I'm not supposed to know what's going to happen in 2 weeks for myself. Put in the lovers. Let's do it. 2 weeks out for you. These dropped for you on that. Sorry, I should be focusing on that, but I'm not going to. Dropping all options. Lovers in the reverse and the 7 of Cups in reverse. You had a ton of options and you've decided to drop them all because you've made a choice in love. Because you have learned an inner truth. Virgo energy. Oh, you're going to take impulsive action towards somebody? Or it's somebody who takes impulsive action towards you? Interesting. Gemini energy. 2 times Gemini energy. Okay, so there's communication, impulsive, quick action. You're just going to decide all of a sudden to impulsively communicate or act on something that has to do. You're going to say, I don't have any other option. This is my inner truth. That's what you're saying to yourself. That's what these cards are directly translating to. I don't have any other option at this point. This is my inner truth. I must take forward action towards my inner truth. I don't care if it's impulsive. You're staking your claim in the next 2 weeks. But moving along, fast forwarding to 6 to 9 months since I hilariously, for the third time, have skipped that 2 weeks out. I never do that. This is like, I've been reading a Celtic cross spread since I was 15 years old, and I can't believe that I keep missing that. It's like it gets lost in the, you know. Anyway, let's move forward. Lost in the fray, lost in the melee. Okay, so getting perspective on something. You need to unburden yourself. You're unburdening yourself of something that you've had on your shoulders. That's what you're attempting to gain perspective on 6 months out. You have far too many responsibilities, and you're trying to figure out how to drop some of those responsibilities or unburden yourself of something that's been weighing heavily on your shoulders. You're also working, right? Working hard towards a goal, a wish, a dream, with massive ambition, because that Capricorn card is there. Determination, ambition, working towards luxury and warmth in the home space, or towards somebody who provides that for you, with Capricorn in their chart. Yeah, you want to free yourself of a mental prison as well. You're working towards freeing yourself of a mental prison. It could also be that your work creates a sense of freedom for you. It helps distract you from the mental side of things that's difficult for you. It's part of your burdens. So that's how you unburden yourself. You distract yourself through work. You don't have to think about things that bother you because you go to work. You gain perspective that that's escapism for you. Anything else? It certainly afforded you a warm, comforting life. But, you know, tell us more. What about this Capricorn individual, or about that energy that the Capricorn individual brings? It's not necessarily about it. It could be, but I don't know that it is. Celebration. There is something that is cause for celebration. Could be a meeting of the minds with a Capricorn individual, but it could also be celebration that has to do with work, with comfort, luxury, warmth, determination, something that you've driven yourself towards with ambition, great ambition, that had provided you with a sense of mental liberation and dropping boundary, or sorry, dropping, why am I saying boundaries? Dropping some of the burdens that you've had on your back. You use work as an escapism tactic, but you're celebrating something that has to do with your efforts from that hard work. Okay, with a Capricorn. Or, like I said, it doesn't necessarily, it's funny because it's fuzzy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Capricorn. It could just be the qualities that they embody, right? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is overall energy on this. I guess I don't pay attention to the bottom here because I don't necessarily believe that failure is what the Seven of Pentacles represents. The Seven of Pentacles represents capitalizing on the low-hanging fruit. Learning how to nurture the seeds that you've planted so that you can expect greater return in the future off of them. The value of patience when you've planted seeds. Here, I think that you need to do so. I think that there's impatience, just like in the present. The impatience to allow things to grow, and the lack of recognition to go after the low-hanging fruit. Over here, you're not starting small. You expect big or zero. You're not starting small. You're not taking the baby steps. You expect big, giant, great leaps and bounds. Okay. Let's do your magnetic poetry. And then we'll grab you some numbers, and we'll be done. I'm making great time. Probably because I keep missing that card. Okay. Okay. there you go. I don't know what these mean. You're just going to have to figure it out for yourself and to see what resonates, leave what does not. It's 3:58 in the morning. It's interesting because I believe 4 is your house, the 4th house. Okay. And what numbers can we expect for you that are of significance for this month, Taurus? 4, 1, 7, 10, breaking down into a 1, endings and beginnings. Thanks for watching, of course, because, you know, I'd like to, you know, be doing this, you know, for more than no reason. Please like, share, subscribe. And thanks for watching. It was great to chat with you, Taurus. It's been a spell. Be well. Have fun. Take care of yourself. Bye. You can see everything here that's all happening on the daily here. Cool. All right. Okay. Bye.